Hi, and welcome to The Gist. There are times in our lives that feel like lulls, valleys between busier peaks of activity. Those periods might leave us feeling bored, searching for busyness again. And yet, such lulls can be a precious time to reflect on our experiences. And we don't even need to wait for life to present us with opportunities for stillness. In fact, we can carve out a little bit of time to pause and consider all that has happened in a given day or week or month. It's easy to just keep moving forward on autopilot from one experience to the next. But without stopping to integrate those experiences into our inner world, we often fail to realize what they've taught us and how they shape our personalities. So, here are a few simple ways to make sense of the impact of our daily lives on ourselves and others. Practice stillness. We've all heard or caught ourselves saying things like, don't just sit there, do something, even if we just say it ourselves in our own minds. I recently heard a version of this saying that flips it on its head, which I like much better. Don't just do something, sit there. To me, it's a reminder of how often we are just so busy doing things that we fail to stop and consider why. By taking time to just sit, we allow ourselves to relish all that we've done that day and maybe decide that it's enough for now. There's always more to do tomorrow. Now, stillness doesn't necessarily mean formal meditation, but it does mean that we're not doing a lot. It could be as simple as sitting with a cup of tea and reflecting on what you accomplished today, or thinking about the people who crossed your path in that day and what they taught you, or checking in with yourself on how your body and mind are feeling. Journaling. There's something about writing one's ideas down that's freeing for the mind. It allows us to be still with ourselves, just doing one thing. While talking to others about our day can be cathartic, writing allows us to connect with our experience differently and not wait for someone to be available to be a listening ear. If the written word is not your forte, jotting shorter notes, creating drawings, or mind maps are all a great way to analyze and make sense of your thoughts and feelings. And more people today are even keeping video or audio journals. These formats might allow you to keep a recorded history of your experience that you can go back to, or you may just record something for the day. And then, even if you don't keep what you've written, it's a way to download and assess the day. If daily is too often, you can find a frequency that serves you best. I find it beneficial to do this type of reflection at least weekly. What went well, what didn't, what did I learn, what made me laugh and feel joy. Walking alone. While it doesn't work for everyone, a solitary walk can be a great way to let your mind meander through the events of the day, whether it's in nature or on city streets. As you just take in your surroundings, maybe the trees and natural smells of a trail, or the buildings and noises of an urban setting, you can start finding your place within it all. Even if you don't actively analyze your day, thoughts and emotions will come up, which you can then simply acknowledge. You'll likely come home feeling a bit more integrated and feel a stronger connection between the going ons of the day and how they impacted you. Personally, when I don't take the time to engage in this type of stillness, I find myself more easily flustered. Maybe you can relate to this sense of disconnect too if you just keep moving through life without reflection. After all, do we really want to go through our days robotically, mechanically, doing one thing after another, without taking the time to process the richness of life? We don't have to carve out big chunks of time for this type of self inquiry. Even just 15 minutes a day can pay dividends towards our quality of life. In our fast paced, technologically driven world, it can be so easy to forget that life isn't only about productivity. Even if we get a little less done, hopefully we can look back on our days without feeling like it was all a blur, and in the end have a fuller, warmer, more soulful experience of ourselves, as well as the people and events that shaped the short time we have here. On that note, wishing you a great week ahead, be well, and see you next time on The Gist.